EnergiVault is a revolutionary cooling product. It's like a cold battery. It holds about 1.5 megawatts of cold charge. 1.5 megawatts is a hell of a lot of cooling, and there are three main applications for EnergiVault. It can reduce your bill because you can charge up your cooling system when electricity prices are low or negative. It can decarbonize your cooling, and also it can add additional cooling power. So if you're in a temperature squeeze and you can't manufacture because it's too warm, EnergiVault will provide you with a hell of a lot of power. Today we're in Ulrich, and we're going to go and see Quotient Sciences, who has got the first EnergiVault installed.
We're a pharmaceutical site. We have 6 sites, 4 in UK and 2 in America.
Bob, this is chiller number 1.
Chiller number 1, yes.
Now redundant, not working. Chiller number 2, redundant, not working at the moment.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then we get on to EnergiVault, which is taking 100% of the cooling load at the moment.
That's correct, yes. It's delivering it through this heat exchange unit, which is connected into the client's chilled water supply.
Bob's somebody that's very passionate about what he does. He's a brilliant engineer. He viewed our site, he viewed our energy figures, and he thought it would be a good fit for a prototype to come here and we could work on trialling it for him.
Very, very small particles of ice going in, and it's the organic heat exchanger that allows tiny little ice particles to form no bigger than 1/10 of a millimetre, because it's the organic heat exchanger that creates the surface area, and it's the surface area that makes everything work wonderfully.
The system's been in 6 months, up and running, bolted onto the side of our chilled water system.
So what happens is energy at night can actually fall into the minus figures. Minus £13 a megawatt would not be unusual. And through the day we can peak at the top side of £800 a megawatt. So the scope is vast.
Quotient Sciences is always looking for ways to improve the environment, save energy, lower the carbon footprint.
The advantage we have is that these go hand in hand with our system. It's not an either or. You can reduce your carbon at the same time as saving money.
Last night we charged with energy costing around 5 to 8 pence a kilowatt. Today we are offsetting energy that would be costing the client 65 pence a kilowatt. The battery was charged up last night tracking low price tariffs. So the battery now has got a megawatt of energy stored in it, and all we've got actually providing the power now is one 4 kilowatt motor exporting between 50 and 400 kilowatts of banked energy. It's running on the cheap energy of last night deployed today to offset the client's needs.
All we had to provide to put the system in was power supply and a water supply.
Seamless. Seamless.
EnergiVault can be bolted onto any existing chiller system. Anybody that's got a chiller can benefit from an EnergiVault cold battery and charger.
Absolutely. They can load manage, they can economize the running of the chillers, they can run on off-peak electricity, give total flexibility.
It's actually helped a business in a way that we didn't foresee. This summer, one of our compressors went down in our chillers. So we've got 4 compressors, so we're 25% down in cooling capacity. Had it not been for the EnergiVault, that could have caused us some issues. Would have had to start restricting our cooling to some of the lab areas and the office areas. But actually, because we had the redundancy of the EnergiVault in place, we started to pull down on net. So the EnergiVault took the place of the broken compressor, which we were waiting to come in from Italy. So actually, it saw us through summer. Another thing that we didn't actually consider when it went in, because we were looking at all about off-peak savings, etc. Our compressors will run to a minimum of 25%. 4 compressors, if we've got 1 compressor going, it's 25%. We can't slow it down any more than that. So we're always going to be using that energy, whether we need to or not. During the winter months, when we're not using much cooling loads, so instead of bringing that compressor on, now the EnergiVault is taking that load, that small load, during the day for us, so we don't even have to fire up the compressor. That should bring substantial savings.
Chargeable, dischargeable and rapid dischargeables. There is nothing at all available anywhere in the world that can discharge the energy as rapidly as our EnergiVault.
I know I'm putting you on the spot, but the mark's out of 100.
I'll never give 100 because that would imply there's no room for improvement. So I would say 95%. They've just been so good at communicating.
50 years of cooling experience distilled into a brilliant cooling product with a highly commercial bias.
Absolutely, yes. And where you would think all those years would have added the complexity, in actual fact, we've managed to make the machine even more simplified than an awful lot of refrigeration equipment there on the market.
I was fairly nervous at first of the EnergiVault coming in because this site is my responsibility. And if we messed up the cooling, it could bring down the business. But actually, the communication's been great. There's been zero impact to us. It's been a really fun, good journey.
Before we could offer anything regarding machine number 2, 3 and 4, we had to be happy that machine number 1 was so robust the market would enjoy it. Yes. And we feel we're there now and we're confident we can offer.
For corporates that want to acquire an EnergiVault, decarbonise their cooling, reduce their electricity bills, what's the deal for them if they want serial numbers 2 to 10?
They call us, we talk about their needs, we do a site visit.
Definitely reach out and have the discussion. Have the site visit, have the discussion, because it's actually useful in so many different ways. You know, we found it to be useful in ways we didn't even think of at first.
There won't be a long wait for this product. There are too many people interested.
We've got sites, 4 sites in the UK, 2 sites in America, Miami and Philadelphia. So there's definitely cooling requirements.
Now what you have to do is click on the link below, put in your details, fire that to us, and we will be round to do an initial site survey to see how much carbon EnergiVault can save you, how much it can lower your prices, and the additional power that it can provide to your cooling system to prevent manufacturing shutdown on any temperature squeezes. Thanks so much. Click the link below. Look forward to hearing from you.